Mariah, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finally posting a fun and glamorous fitness competition makeup for all you competitors out there who want to do your own makeup. This is going to be very glamorous and perfect for popping on stage. I am using natural lighting today, no ring light, so if the lighting changes a bit, it's because the sun is changing and the windows are open. And I'm also sitting on the floor because I wanted this to be as realistic as possible. I know when you're competing, sometimes you're doing makeup on the floors, in a hotel room, in a bathroom. This is just to show you it doesn't matter any condition, we can get a fun and glamorous look. I'm going to be showing you guys step by step, so stay tuned and follow along. First, as always, I'm using Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer, and I'm using a concealer brush to apply this all over my lid. You really want to make sure that this is blended out nice and smooth and evenly because this is going to be the base for the shadow. Today I'm going to be using blues and pinks because I think those are probably my two most popular colors when doing makeup for competitors. You can change up these colors for depending on the color of your suit. You can use really any color. Even if you want to go neutral, you can use brown tones, bronzy tones, golds, and silvers. But I'm going to go very fun and glamorous today. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and use this Tarteist Pro palette and the color Maud, which is a mauve tone, almost maroon. So I'm using a fluffy blending brush and I'm just going to apply the color on the outer corner of my lid. And I'm gonna softly, I'm barely touching my skin with this brush because I don't want to overdo it. I want to lightly put it in place. And I'm taking it all the way up underneath my brow bone. Not all the way to the bottom of my brows, but close enough. And I'm just making sure that most of the product is on the outer corner and then fading it as it goes into my inner lid. Because this is stage makeup, you can go all out, but I always say a rule of thumb is you can always add product, but you can't really take away. So if you're doing this for the first time, it's okay to do it a little bit softer or lighter at first and then build the color to where you want it to be. And if you hear snoring in the background, that is my dog. She's sleeping right in front of me, snoring. She's an English bulldog. Her name is Lola. If you don't follow me on social media, I'm sure if you do follow me on social media, I'm sure you've seen her before. I post her a lot on my Insta story and Snapchat, and 90% of the time she's sleeping. So now to make this a bit more pink, I'm using Urban Decay's Alice Through the Looking Glass palette, and it's this cake shade here. It's very pink. You may not have these exact palettes, but I'm showing you the colors that I'm using so you can get an idea and use something similar, or go ahead and change up the colors to your preference. And I'm using another blending brush. This one's a little bit stiffer or firmer, and I'm gonna go ahead and go on my outer corners and into my crease, but I'm not taking it out as far as I did the other shade because I want it to be somewhat of a transition or gradient look. That's what creates the blend. So I'm just gonna, I'm almost like tapping my brush into my eye, not so much as swirling. I mean, a bit swirly, but as I get into the inner corner, I don't want it to be too heavy, so I'm just kind of softly tapping it. If you are in Florida and you would like a professional makeup artist, definitely contact me because I do fitness competition makeup for all the big shows. Well, really any show. So if you're in town, definitely contact me. I do have some contacts in Georgia as well as North and South Carolina. So definitely contact me if you are in need of professional makeup, whether it's for fitness competitions or whatever. For my inner eyelid, I want my eyes to look nice and bright and awake for the show. So I'm gonna take a flat shadow brush And going back again to my Tarteist Pro palette, I'm going to use this shade Vintage, which is very light shade, here to my inner eyelid. And I'm going to go ahead and take it up. This is going to like almost shape my eye. So I'm going to use, the reason I like this brush is because it's kind of rounded at the top and it just fits right into my crease. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that shade onto my crease shade just to really open up my eye a bit. And I'm just tapping this shadow on. Going back to my Tarteist Pro palette, I'm going to use this shade Trendy here, which is a blue shimmery shade, because I want to apply a base for the glitter that I'm going to be applying. I'm just going to tap that here in between my two shades, the pink and the lighter shade. I think I'm going to use my finger. My finger works better for this. I'm going to go ahead and add this NYX shimmer or glitter. And again, using this flat shadow brush, I'm going to spray it with my Ready Set Tarte spray. This just wets this brush so that the glitter will stick. And I'm just tapping this glitter onto over top of the other shadow that I used. And it's not very bright right now. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna apply a little bit of eyelash glue to that area so that it will be more vibrant. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Okay, so now that we got that glitter poppin', I wanted to kind of transition a bit more into this white shade. Going back again to my Alice Through the Looking Glass, I'm gonna use this shade Heads Will Roll, and it's like a turquoise blue greenish color, and I'm just gonna kind of tap that to the front of the glitter, and this will fade it into my lid. So next I'm gonna be lining my eyes, and this is very important. You definitely want a bold eyeliner. I'm using a black liquid liner. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my eyes. I'm not gonna talk during this, so just pay attention. And if you want a more detailed video, I will link it down below in my description of how I apply my eyeliner. Okay, so that part is over with. Again, if you want to see how I apply my liner in more detail, I will link it down below, my liner and lashes video. Speaking of lashes, my favorite DNA Cosmetics Mink lashes I use on all of my competitors, all of my clients in general. These are the Glamour lashes, so they are nice and fun and perfect for stage makeup. I am going to apply these quick, not talking. Again, if you want to see in more detail how I apply these, I will go ahead and link the video down below in my description. So just to let you guys know, all of the DNA Cosmetics products that you see I'm using here today are available for purchase on our website at dnacosmetics.com. Everything will be linked down below again in my description. So if you need any of these products for competition makeup, I will also leave my discount code down below so you can receive discounts on your products. So including these lashes, the foundation, and all that good stuff. Make sure to visit their website and purchase all of your products for your competition. I am going to apply this nude shade eyeliner in my waterline. Now, you can use black, but I recommend using a nude or white color because this will just open your eyes for stage, make you look nice, awake, and bright, especially you girls. I know you're getting ready super early in the morning. Now for my bottom lash line, I want to mirror the blue that's on the top of my lid for the bottom. So I'm going to be using this DNA Cosmetics eyeliner in the shade Noble. And I'm going to apply that right underneath my lashes, not in my waterline, but right below. And I'm just lightly brushing that on the bottom of my lid. Once I get that there, I'm going to go back to my Alice Through the Looking Glass palette, and I'm going to go ahead and use that Heads Will Roll color again, and my angled shadow brush, and I'm just going to brush that along that blue. Finally, to clean up this fallout underneath my eyes, I'm going to be using DNA Cosmetics makeup remover and some cotton pads. I like this because it's just oil free and it will clean it up really quick and easy. And that is why I do not apply my foundation and concealer first. Okay, so moving on to my face. My favorite foundation from DNA Cosmetics, their foundation stick. Now, if you are a competitor and have not used this foundation before, you definitely need to try it out because it is long-lasting, full coverage, and we have all the tones that match all those spray tans and coloring that you get when you are competing. So I'm going to use this fluffy but flat foundation brush. I was gonna say concealer. Now my foundation stick's running a little low, so typically if it's my own, I just go ahead and brush it on my face and then blend it out. But because it's running low, I had to like scoop it out, and I'm just gonna, this is so like not cute, but I just want to kind of spread it around my face before blending it in. Oh. And if you have any problem areas on your skin, breakouts, a lot of people I know break out, especially before a competition. So this foundation is really great for covering up any imperfections, blemishes that you might have. Again, you can get this on their website, dnacosmetics.com. And I'm just blending all of this into my skin. Remember, when you have your tan, you really want to make sure that you blend it down onto your neck, blending it nicely into your tan. And if you need any help as far as matching your skin color, please let me know. DM me or message me, and I will definitely love to help you match your foundation. Now, using a darker shade, the same foundation stick, but this is the shade Fawn. And if you're competing, you're probably going to be much darker than what I am right now, so Fawn will most likely not be your contour shade. But because I'm pretty light right now, and I don't want this to be like overly drastic, but you can go darker for your contour shade. And I'm going to take this Real Techniques, this is the Expert Face Brush, I believe. So I call it a contour brush, but whatever. And I'm just going to blend that contour. As you can see, I'm like going back and forth and also up. You don't want to take it down because this is your contour line. This is what creates a nice cheekbone. Again, the darker you go, the more drastic your contour will be. I like to go a little bit lighter with my cream contour and then go over it with a powder to darken it up. I find it to be much more natural. So just blending this on the outer portions of my forehead, here on my jawline, and down underneath my lip, and the nose. So I am trying to have a nice skinny nose for stage. Not that I compete, but you know what I mean. If I were to compete. So now for my highlight, I'm using DNA Cosmetics Concealer. This one is the shade Warm Honey. Again, if you want to go lighter for a much more bold look, you can. And I'm just applying that here underneath my eyes. Down the bridge of my nose, on my Cupid's bow, on my chin, and forehead. And also I'm going to go ahead and draw here underneath my contour. I love these brushes. They're like fluffy concealer brushes. Well, I don't really know if that's specifically what they were made for, but that is what I use them for. I like it because it doesn't really pick up too much of the product. It allows the product to stay on your face but just blend out nicely. And I'm not even really like moving it around too much. I'm just blending it in so it's not harsh. And I kind of like spread it out just a bit and then kind of tap it down the bridge of my nose. Cupid's bow. So this is like all the areas that I want to like highlight, stand out, make look brighter. So I want my chin to be nice and pronounced, the center of my nose, underneath my eyes, the center of my forehead. And then here underneath my contour line. And you can see this really just makes the contour pop out even more. So now for my translucent powder, this is Nye's Translucent Powder. One of my favorites. I've been using it for years, ever since I've been a makeup artist. So I'm going to use this fluffy face powder or small tapered brush. This is from e.l.f. And I'm going to get a good amount powder on my brush, tap it off a bit, and I'm just going to first get my mirror in the right position. I'm gonna tap that underneath my eyes, and I'm basically gonna apply this everywhere I just applied my concealer. And you can go a little bit heavier and just let that powder sit on top, what most beauty makeup gurus would call this as baking. Okay, and now for all of the contoured areas on my face, I do want to powder it. So using DNA Cosmetics powder, this is the shade Honey. So it is a nice brown tone. I am getting a good amount on my brush. This is like a small powdered brush, but it's a little jacked up because it's been like smushed up in my makeup kit. It is clean, but it's just a little jacked up. So anyways, I'm going to apply that over top of my cream contour. And again, this is what really just accentuates that contour a lot more, and it also just sets it in place. Alright, so now going back with my brush, I'm just going to lightly fan off all the excess powder. And now for my blush, I'm using DNA Cosmetics blush. This is the shade Bouquet, which I really like this shade because it's nice and bright for the stage, which is important, and it has like a very subtle like highlight, natural highlight in it. And I'm just gonna apply that lightly over top of where I applied my bronzer, right on my cheekbone. Blush is supposed to be subtle, but you still want to be able to see it, especially for stage. It's just gonna like make you look like you got the blood flowing in your face, nice and bright and awake, of course. You can apply a little bit on your forehead. And now for one of the most important things on stage, in my opinion, is your highlight. You do want to look very glowy on stage. It's really what's going to set you apart from everybody else. I like to go ahead and spray my face with this Tarte Ready Set Ready Set Radiant Setting Spray. And this just kind of sets everything in place, but also preps my skin for my highlighter. I'm using Tarteist Pro Glow Palette, and I'm going to use the shade Strobe and Stunner and my Beige Cosmetics highlight brush, and I'm just going to apply that on top of my blush here, my forehead a bit, down the bridge of my nose, and on the tip, on my Cupid's bow, and on my chin. And now for my brows. Again, I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. I will link down below, also in my description, how I achieve my brows. Basically, one of my favorite brushes from ELO Cosmetics. It is a dual-sided. One has a spoolie and the other side has an angled shadow brush. And I just like to brush my hairs first so I could see what I'm working with. And then using DNA Cosmetics eyeliner in the shade Sienna, it's a dark brown, I'm just gonna go ahead and outline. And now using a dark brown shadow, and my other side of my brush, I'm just gonna blend all of that in. And last little touch for my eyebrows, I like to use this Wet n Wild Mega Clear mascara gel, and this just kind of blends but also like sets my brows in place. They are not going anywhere for the rest of the day, which I think is a nice touch. I love this lip liner because it's matted and it is waterproof, so it lasts a long time. Oh my goodness, Lola just farted. I also like to overline my lips just a bit because we are going to be on stage. And this is going to allow our lips to look much fuller. And if you prefer the matted look, then you would stop there. But I personally really love gloss for stage. I think it is a nice touch, and especially when you are in competition, you are, you know, deprived of water, so your lips tend to be a bit dry. So for me, gloss is really just a nice touch. And this is DNA Cosmetics Vivid Emotion. Such a pretty and delicious smelling lip gloss. And that's it. Yay, I have my hair in a braid right now. You know, I know for competitions we will have probably big curls, maybe our hair straightened, but I ain't gonna do anything with this hair right now. We are just going to leave it as is. Thanks everyone for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you guys have any questions or want extra tips or tricks. As always, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up and good luck on your competition. Mwah.